Lock and load, ladies and gentlemen. Time to check your weapons at the door. The chase for the championship is on. The top 12 drivers are ready for a 10-race battle. Hi, I'm D'Amico.
And I'm Michele Rahal. Welcome to ChannelShift.com's weekend preview. The chase was set this past weekend at Richmond International Raceway with Jimmie Johnson serving notice. He intends to go for 3 championships in a row. Clint Bowyer surprised everyone, including himself, by jumping up to 5th in the chase, and Matt Kenseth is still wiping the sweat off his brow as we speak, just making the 12th spot.
Well, Casey Kane missed the chase as well as David Reagan from Roush Fenway Racing. Kane could be heard crying from his trailer hours after the race. Poor guy, really. I mean, it's not his fault. The Dodges are the problem there.
Dodge is the problem. If they truly need to rise to the occasion and do something. NASCAR has never been shy about changing the rules so that there's parity. They need to do something there.
No doubt. All right, we look at some of the guys that are in that top 7 as well as the bottom 5. They have no wins, including Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon. So who's got the right formula to win this thing? Could we look outside that top 5, or is the guys in the top 5?
I truly believe it's going to be the guys in the top 5.
Don't be surprised if it's outside the top 5, but those guys in that top 5, very strong. Kyle, Carl, Jimmy going for 3. The guy is unbeatable right now.
I don't think so. I think look to the top 5. That's what I'm going to say about it. After being stripped of a win at Spa, Belgium last weekend, and Kimi Räikkönen throwing away the win, look for this weekend's Italian Grand Prix at Monza to be a battle royale between Lewis Hamilton and Felipe Massa, who has got to be considered Ferrari's #1 driver. What do you think?
Well,
you saw it.
I did see it. Lewis Hamilton it's one of those things. He thought, hey, I let him back by, but then I passed him again. That made good, right?
Let him back by. See, there's a huge argument over that. And you and I both saw him cut that chicane, and he didn't back off. He didn't give the spot back. Räikkönen took it back, and then the whole thing went wild from there. So I think it was justified in knocking 25 seconds off of his time.
Well, whatever happened, he did not get the win. Unfortunate for him.
Kimi Räikkönen was well on his way to winning with 3 laps to go. Then it rained and everything went out the window for the Scuderia team. Räikkönen could still do it. Last year he was further behind at this point and he still won the championship. But that was last year against a rookie, Lewis Hamilton. And Hamilton's learned a few things. And although I think Monza will favor Ferrari with horsepower, the Ferrari is extremely delicate, especially when they hit the curbs and the corners. This is going to be an interesting race.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. The Truck Series still remains the most competitive bang for your buck in racing in the U.S. as they head to the New Hampshire with the Sprint Cup cars. Johnny Benson holds on to the lead, but Ron Hornaday Jr. keeps denying him a firm lead. Only 98 points separate the two. Strong battle there.
It's a great battle. I mean, the trucks are it's absolutely beautiful watching them race. They really go for it every moment that they're on the track. Hornaday fought his way into the winner's circle last weekend while the Toyota teams protested the new engine rules that took 15 horsepower away from the Japanese manufacturer. Is that ruling fair?
Yes and no. I mean, these guys do have the advantage now. I will say this, NASCAR says it's within their rules, so does that make it wrong for NASCAR to separate that? We've talked about this before with the Dodges right now. They're taking stuff away from Toyota.
Exactly.
Why can't they give something to Dodge?
My point exactly.
Well, the ARCA gang heads to Salem Speedway this weekend with Scott Speed still holding on to a 50-point lead. Last weekend at Chicagoland, Speed could not catch Stenhouse. Can he do it this weekend?
Well, I think that from what we've seen from Scott Speed, he seems to excel on the short tracks, and I don't see that changing. I think Speed's got a great chance to gain points this weekend. How long do you think it's going to take before he goes to the Cup, one of the Cup rides within this chase that we've got going?
Well, he does go and test at Lowe's Motor Speedway. I do expect him to do well there. Will he be in the chase for the championship within those 10 races? Absolutely he will. Let's hope in 2009, though, that he doesn't take the ride of A.J. Allmendinger.
That's the thing. Are they going to pull Allmendinger out of his car so that Speed can race during this chase championship? Do you think that's going to happen?
I hope not, folks, because that would definitely, A.J. Allmendinger deserves to be exactly where he's at. He's done a great job, and I would feel so bad for that guy if they took him out of ride to put Scott Speed in there. Well, it's showtime, ladies and gentlemen, for the NHRA as they head to round 1 of the countdown to the finals in California. The NHRA gang rolls into NASCAR country to run at the new Z-Max drag strip at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
That should be very, very interesting on that drag strip to see how many people are drawn to it in the middle of NASCAR country. I think they're going to have quite the show.
I think so too, and it's a Bruton Smith track. They always put on one heck of a show, and right there in the backyard, I think it's great for the sport, both NASCAR and NHRA.
Well, in the hotly contested GP2 series, the future Formula One stars head to Monza, Italy with Giorgio Pantani leading Bruno Senna by 11 points. As the season begins to wind down, expect to see the young drivers push even harder, as several of the drivers, including Bruno Senna, are being touted as having a shot in next year's Formula One series.
I hope so, man. Some of those guys are pretty strong.
They are strong.
All right, the wild world of MotoGP invades the U.S. again. Yeah. Indianapolis this weekend with Valentino Rossi still holding a points lead, and the rival between Rossi and Casey Stoner just keeps growing. Casey Stoner crashed in the last race with Rossi taunting the Australian by saying he was overriding his bike. Man, these guys are going at it.
They hate each other.
I think it's awesome. It's great for the sport.
They hate each other.
There's no doubt about that. All right, the new course at Indy should be a challenging one, as none of the riders have ever raced there. It's going to be a strong race, impressive race. Pay attention to that one.
A lot of these riders have expressed some fear about this track, but we'll see what's going to happen, because I think that MotoGP is just one of the most extreme sports on earth.
Fear? You guys are running 200 miles an hour on a little piece of rubber like this big. Come on, guys.
Well, not racing this week is the nationwide series, the World Rally Championship, IndyCar, because its season is over. Indy Lights, its season is over. Grand Am, the Coney Challenge, the American Le Mans Series, AMA Superbikes, Ben Spies is the champion. World Superbike, Troy Bayliss is the champion. AMA Motocross, Bubba Stewart, obviously the champion.
All right, let's take a look at the speed calendar. Remember, all times are Eastern. Friday on speed, 8 a.m. Formula One practice, 2:30 p.m. Go or go home. 7 p.m. NASCAR trackside, 8 p.m. NASCAR Confidential, and at 9 p.m. the Prelude to the Dream.
Well, Saturday on speed at 8 a.m. is the Formula One qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. Don't miss this, ladies and gentlemen. At 10 o'clock is the Craftsman Truck Series qualifying. 2:30 p.m. Craftsman Truck Setup. 3 p.m. Craftsman Trucks Race. And at 8 p.m. Trade and Paint. You don't ever want to miss that one.
Sunday on speed, 7:30 a.m. Formula One, the Italian GP. 10:30 a.m. NASCAR in a hurry. 11 a.m. it's NASCAR race day. 6 p.m. this is a good one, folks. MotoGP at Indy. Check that one out. 7 p.m. the Speed Report. And as always, 8 p.m. NASCAR Victory Lane. 9 p.m. it's Wind Tunnel. Plus, listen to Michelle and I on Race Day on Fox Sports Radio. Heard on 220 Fox affiliates and XM Radio Channel 142. For SpeedTV.com, ChannelShift.com, and Michele Rahal, I'm Rob D'Amico. Thank you for watching.